Hello there, and thank you for joining us on this full ship tour of the Enchanted Princess, one of Princess's more recent line of royal class of ships. She's about 145,000 tons and can hold over 3,600 passengers. On this tour, we're going to start down on deck 5. As we come out of the elevators here, we're going to come out into the forward stair and elevator banks, and we're going to head over here to the spa area. Now throughout this tour, you're going to see a little map on the bottom right with a little round dot that's going to tell you about where you are on the ship as we go through this. And then you're also going to have a little description of where you're at, which in this case is going to be the guest services and shore excursion area down here on deck 5, as it is also part of the area that holds the Catch, one of the specialty restaurants on board the Enchanted Princess. Deck 5 is also home to the International Cafe. They are pretty much open 24 hours if you want to come down here and get something to eat. You can also get specialty coffees down here as well. It is part of the Piazza area down here on deck 5, which is kind of their main central area. There's a little bar back there, and then as you head towards the aft section of the Piazza, you're going to come into one of the main included dining rooms, the Santorini dining room. We're only going to end up doing one dining room tour on this. There are 3 in total, but it seems kind of pointless to go through 3 dining rooms that are all very, very similar and not something that anybody just wants to sit through, especially when these dining rooms are empty. And the main vacation video will actually have more on the dining and the kind of food that's served in there. Now, as you come out of the dining room here, you're gonna come through the mid elevator banks. There are 3 elevator banks on this ship. There are forward, mid, and aft. And then off to the opposite side of the Piazza here is the Internet Cafe. This is where you can come down and you can get yourself access to a full and complete computer if you need it. There's also a little shop down here with some general supplies. And then the gelateria, which is at a cost. It's not really free. It can be included in some of the premium packages, but one way or the other, there is a cost. And then O'Malley's is also their little beer and pub that's down here just on the opposite side of the Piazza down here on deck 5. Now, as we head on up to deck 6, we're going to kind of come out here in the central elevator banks again, this mid bank. And like I said, we're not going to bother going through that dining room that's back there, but it's just same as the one that's down below. This is also where you're going to run into the photo and video gallery if you want to do photo packages. And it's a beautiful overlook of the main Piazza area here from this deck. This ship actually has a really beautiful main Piazza area. There's a lot of really nice glasswork. It's also home to the Ocean Terrace here. The Ocean Terrace is a little restaurant that you can get an a la carte service for a little bit of dinner. It's not included, it is at a cost. And then over here is Crooner's Bar. And as you keep heading aft back here of Crooner's, you're gonna run into the Future Cruise area and the other side of that dining room that's up there. Now we're gonna also kind of head back through the casino here. This is gonna be kind of a quick little look at the casino and some of their award levels. At the end of this video, there's gonna be a link for the actual casino tour that my wife did, and there'll be a lot more information in there. And then as you keep heading forward of the casino here on deck 6, you're going to run into the Princess Theater. It's where they're going to hold all their main performances. It's actually a very pretty theater on this ship. They've done a really good job decorating it. There's plenty of seating. It is comfortable to be in here. Then as you head out the opposite side of the theater here on deck 6, you're going to come into a little arcade area here. It's for kids and adults if you want to come play video games in here. There is a little bit of a cost to come play, but it is here if either you or the little ones want to kind of come in together and have a fun little time playing in their arcade. And then as you head back a little bit after this, you're going to run into the Double Down Bar and Casino. On this ship, they've expanded the casino into this bar area here. They do hold some events in here, but it is also part of the casino at this point. And on this ship, I believe this area was their non-smoking casino side, so that you could come in and not have to worry too much about being in the main casino area, which is a smoking casino on this particular ship when we were on it at this time. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to head back up to the forward section of deck 7. We're going to come out into the forward elevator bank here, and we're going to head on over to the Princess Theater, kind of give you a little bird's eye view of deck 7 of where you can come into the theater as well. You don't have to go in down below, you can come in up here, and it's a little bit easier to get a seat towards the back and the upper part of this theater. Now, as we kind of head out of here, we're going to go ahead and go into a little area of shopping. This is more of the nicer jewelry, perfume shop that they're going to have here on Enchanted Princess. They kind of have set this up as it's just really kind of a little high-end shopping area. There's always somebody out here willing to help you spend a little bit of your money if you'd like to. And there's even a nice little seating area back in here if you just want to hang out with all the people walking through this main access way, you can do so. Now, once we come out of this area, we're going to head back out into the main piazza area. This is where Bellini's is. This is a bar that overlooks the main piazza from deck 7. It's a nice little bar with a very nice overlook of the piazza here. And then here on deck 7 is Gigi's Pizzeria. Now, this is at a cost. It's not much of a cost. I do believe it was only about $7 or $8 for a pizza in here, but it is a full pizza. If you want to come in and get something to eat that's just a little bit different, or you just want a snack for a couple of people, you can come grab a pizza here. There is also another pizzeria up by the pool on deck 16, but it only serves by the slice, but it is for free. And as you go across here through the elevator banks on deck 7, you get this really nice little kind of view out the front here of the piazza area to the right there. And then you're also going to come into Sabatini's. This is a specialty restaurant as well. It is their Italian-inspired restaurant. I kind of came in off the elevator banks here. You can kind of come in from either way, but I do believe on this ship, if you are looking to come and eat here, you're going to end up coming into the restaurant where I'm actually kind of heading out of the restaurant over here. That's typically where they have the person who's going to seat you is over there. Now, heading back from the mid elevator banks on deck 7 is Princess Live. Princess Live is where they do hold a bunch of events. They will have different activities put on by the entertainment staff to keep you entertained. They'll have different shows that are informative, different talks that'll kind of talk about different things that are going on throughout the ship and throughout the ports that you go to. This area of deck 7 is really the only way to get to the aft area of either deck 6, because deck 5 and deck 6 do not extend back past the mid elevator banks. So don't try and go from the back of deck 6 forward. You're not going to get anywhere. You'll have to come up here to deck 7 and head on forward or aft as you need to. As you get back past Princess Live here, you're going to run into the Crown Grill and the Crown Bar. The Crown Grill is their specialty steak and seafood restaurant. It is pretty good food, but it is at a cost. This isn't free, and it's not necessarily the cheapest place to eat. The Crown Grill bar is just one of the other bars that's on the ship here, but it also has a lot of live music and different events that go on out here in the Crown Grill bar as well. Then to the aft of that is the Vista Lounge. The Vista Lounge is like a secondary, almost theater area. They'll do their comedians back here. They'll have different performances back here that are not necessarily big enough for the main theater, but fit better in a venue like this where it's just a one-story area with a really nice bar there at the back that can serve a whole bunch of people. Now, as we finish off deck 7 sorta slash deck 6, you're going to end up going down these stairs from deck 7 at the aft area down to deck 6, and this is where the third main dining room is, their Amalfi dining room. And this is really the only way to get to it. You have to go down the aft elevators or the aft stairs. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and go up the aft elevator banks all the way up to deck 16. And we are taking the elevators because I am not walking from 6 to 16 at this time of the morning. Now, if you do find these tours helpful or entertaining in any way, please do give us a like and a subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's totally free to subscribe. Now, the World Fresh Marketplace is the main buffet on this ship. This is one of the nicer buffets you'll find on any of the Princess ships. It is very complete. There are 2 large areas towards the aft that have 2 different walkways through and both food on both sides. There is also a dessert and bakery goods area just forward of that, and then also another 3rd buffet section here up at the front, which during breakfast is where they're gonna open up the buffet first. You can see here that they're kind of already setting up for it. They're getting ready to serve everybody here. This is fairly early in the morning, but this is the section that does get going right away in the morning up here at the forward section of the buffet. I'm going to kind of go through here. I'm not going to do all the different kinds of food, but this will give you a pretty good idea of what breakfast looks like. It is pretty complete. They'll have all kinds of fruits, vegetables, oatmeals, eggs, bacon, different kinds of breads, cheeses, you kind of name it, they've got it going on down here. And it's just a nice place to kind of come in really early. If you're an early riser, to come get something to eat, you can grab a plate and make yourself something to eat first thing before you get going. It's also nice they have this early, because if you do want to eat breakfast before you're going out on some sort of an excursion that's fairly early in the morning, it makes it easier to come in and grab something to eat before you take off. This little enclosed area here towards the forward section of the buffet is their bakery. They will have vegan style foods. A lot of times they'll have various different desserts in here, but during breakfast they'll have various breads and pastries and things like that. They do have a gluten-free that they have on a regular basis in here. They have lots of different croissants and breads. They have specialty coffees that they will make you up here as well. All kinds of muffins and danishes and things like that. The dessert section up here a lot of times will also have a sugar-free dessert section if you are interested in getting a dessert that is sugar-free. And then the area right there will also have coffees and teas on a regular basis. If it's not there, you're going to run into coffee, tea, waters right there at that section. And then as you head further aft here, they're got this all closed off as they're still kind of getting it ready for the larger breakfast rush a little bit later on. And then as you keep heading aft out the back of the World Fresh Marketplace here, you're going to find additional seating out on the back of deck 16 where you can come out and sit outside and have breakfast. They have little water stations. This is also their Wakeview pool area where you can come out and go swimming. And it also has a bar as well as additional coffee and juices and more seating on this side. Now we're going to go ahead and head all the way forward past the buffet, and we're going to come out into the main pool area. Now this is where the Seaview bar is. This is the main bar out for the main pool area here. And then the main pools here, there are 2 of them. You're going to run around here to this middle section where they do have 1 hot tub down here. They do have at least 1 down here. There are more up on deck 17, and we'll do those in a little bit, but there is 1 down here and then some additional seating. Then past the second pool over here, you're going to come into the Salty Dog Grill and Cafe. They have like hot dogs and hamburgers there. They have the mixed bar over here, which is the second smaller bar at the pool, because it's always nice to have two so you don't have to walk to the other one, but at least it does split up the passengers trying to get drinks here. And then, as I mentioned before, this is the other place where you can get pizza. It's free up here, but it is by the slice, and you do have to come out onto the pool deck if you want to come get some pizza for free. And then we head on back past the extra seating area here and the other side of the main pool area as well here. Now we're gonna go ahead and head to deck 17 at this point, and we're gonna go to the forward portion of deck 17. This is the retreat pool. Now the retreat pool is free, but it is adults only. So this is 18 years and up. You can come on out here and spend some time at a pool that's a lot quieter than the main pool area. It does have its own bar back here, and it is both decks 17 and 18. There's stairs to go up from out here. There are stairs inside the elevator lobby where you can go up to 18 as well. But we're going to go ahead and jump on up to deck 18, and we'll give you a little tour around the upper portion up here. It is got its own couple of hot tubs up here on either side, and it's got a pretty decent view out the side of the ship. But its forward view is blocked by the sanctuary up here. Now this is the entrance to the paid outdoor deck space. You will pay for this, and I believe it's $40 per day or something along those lines to come out here. And no, they would not let me in. He said no, so I had to leave. And on the other side up here is the other hot tub. Just be aware that when you're underway, a lot of times it can be a little bit windy up here. So just be aware of that when you come out here. And then up here on deck 18 in this elevator lobby is access to the two largest suites that are on board the Enchanted Princess. Now, we're going to go back down to deck 17, and we're going to start towards the aft section of all the deck space back here. This is all just outdoor deck space. Lots of hot tubs. And you're going to end up with a bunch of loungers that they're going to be putting out here. They will be putting on music in this area up here, all their DJ and live music set up there. You're going to run into another hot tub. There's the big TV screen up there as well for movies under the stars and for any of the music and live events and shows that they play throughout the day at the pool. And then as you kind of keep heading back here, you're going to see a door on this side, and then you're going to come to a door on the other side, and those are entrances back into the cabins for deck 17, and you can get back to the retreat pool that way as well. And then as you head back down the opposite side, you get a really great view of the pool area down there. And there are, again, a couple more hot tubs that do exist on this side as well. The one thing that I don't necessarily like about this ship is there is no view out the front. The best view you're going to get is that little rounded area there where you can kind of look over the side and see out the front, but that's about it. And then there's the final hot tub on this deck. Now you're going to kind of keep heading back, and you're going to head back past this large deck space where there's a lot of chairs that they're still putting out. And this is where you enter into the fitness center. The fitness center runs all the way down the starboard side, aft section of deck 17. They have a very nice fitness center in here. It is newer machines on this ship. There's plenty of space. They have a pretty decent free weight area. They have weights that go up fairly heavy if you need to use those. They have a lot of cardio machines in here. There are tons of ellipticals, tons of treadmills, 20 plus treadmills, and they all have a really nice view looking out. There are a group of bikes that are over here as well. They have their workout studio in here, which is taken up from time to time with different fitness classes, whether it's a spinning class or a yoga class or something like that that you can sign up for. And then as you keep heading aft here, you're going to get even more bikes and more bikes. And then they even have this nice little extra workout space back here for anybody who wants to do some various specialty workouts. They have a little bit more free space in here, as well as their rowers and some more free weights as well. Now as you head out to the aft of deck 17, this is just some more deck space out here. This is also one of the smoking areas on board this ship, so just be aware of that. Back here you will run into people that are designated smoking area section that they do have back here. And then this here is where you're going to end up walking back into the elevator and stair section on the aft area of deck 17. The reason we're going in here is it's going to show you where you're going to drop the kids off if you want to give them some entertainment time away from you. This is the kids and teens area entrance where you can come in and they can have some time to themselves back here as well. Now, as we are going up to the sort of final deck here on deck 18, we're going to just go around the jogging track up here. The jogging track is all around the aft section of deck 18. It also runs around their sports court here, and this sports court is basketball and pickleball, if I'm not mistaken. They can come in and set up for pickleball here as well. And then as you head back past the sports court here, you're going to head up these stairs to their mini golf area. And I just kind of call it part of 18 because this is the only thing on 19, and mini golf does not deserve its own deck in my opinion, so it gets to be part of 18 on its own here. It is just a little putting green. It's not like a miniature golf course or anything, but you can come up and you can putt around if you want to. And then deck 18, as it continues around, has a beautiful view out the back of the ship, and it has really spectacular views looking out either the port or starboard side as well. And that sports court is really huge. There's a lot of space in there. It's bigger than it looks on this camera. There's quite a bit of space in there. Now we're gonna keep going towards the forward part of the jogging track here on deck 18, and it has this really nice overlook down to all of the different deck space down on 17. And as we're kind of giving you a really good view here, you get the idea of that this is really all there is up here on 18. There's not a lot up here other than the jogging track, sports court, nice little views. That's the backside of the movies at sea screen that they have up there. And then as we kind of come to the end of the jogging track here, we're also going to be coming to the end of our tour here. And if you did find this tour helpful or useful or entertaining in any way, or made a difference for you on your next cruise, consider giving us a like and a subscribe. It's totally free, and it really, really does help out our channel. Thank you so much for watching.